shots from close range.
Here we go.
2nd and goal from the 1. Mixon again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Mixon, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the 2nd quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
Here we go.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing is Hurts. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
11. 11.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Elliott now to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Bengals drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, They're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
11, empty, paint. 11, empty, paint.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow forced out to it, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up.
Here we go. 12.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Here's Smith to return it. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start by running the option to the right. Hurts fumbles it. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Now on 2nd and 16. Hurts. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now Hurts will turn and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick 6. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Hurts. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run for Miles Sanders as his guys are able to extend their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Back to Mixon on first down. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
11.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Burrow, open man is Higgins. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And the tight end goes in motion left. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
11 MT, take.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The slot man in motion right.
11 MT.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Boyd. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
11 Thomas.
Now it's Burrow. Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
11.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On 2.
And the Bengals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
11.
Now Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
McPherson's kick is good. And that'll move it back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well. And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. We'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. I see an extra defensive back on the field. A little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
11.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way we do.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. He'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Second down, back to Sanders. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Ready! Cut 19! Ready!
Out of the gun now on third down. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
19,
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Eagles have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 11. 11 11 11.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here we go. 11
In motion comes the tight end left.
11 MT tape. 12 12 12.
First down. Here's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
11 11 11 11. 11 MT. 11 MT. 12 12 12.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst from 17 yards out. And the Bengals have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Airing it out deep for Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting out and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.